In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. And out of the ground the Lord God made to spring up every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You may surely eat of every tree of the garden, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat." Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast. And he said to the woman, "Did God actually say, 'You shall not eat of any tree in the garden'?" And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, she took of its fruit and ate. And she also gave some to her husband, and he ate. Then the eyes of both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden. And the man and his wife hid themselves. And the Lord God said, "Behold, the man has become like one of us in knowing good and evil. Now, lest he reach out his hand and take also of the tree of life." Therefore, the Lord God sent them out of the Garden of Eden to walk the ground from which he was taken. And he placed cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. And the Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil, and Abel brought fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. And the Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering. Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let us go out to the field." And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. The Lord said to Cain, "Where is Abel, your brother?" He said, "Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord said, "What have you done?" "The voice of your brother's blood is crying to me from the ground. Now you are cursed from the ground, a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth." Then Cain went away from the presence of the Lord and settled on the land of Nod. And he built a city. And to Seth also a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. At that time, people began to call upon the name of the Lord. From the garden to the fall to exile to the first promise, we watch humanity walk out of Eden and into a broken world. But the story didn't end in judgment. It started with a promise: "He shall bruise your head." Even outside the gates, God was still with them. Even after the first murder, there was still a line of hope. Thanks for walking through Genesis with me scene by scene. Subscribe and like for more biblical narration.